Welcome to the Serious Sarcasm Podcast. My name is J. DeRozier. Everything you hear is purely my opinion and absolutely not gospel truth. If you do find yourself getting a little bit too worked up over what I say, feel free to take your opinion and, well, you know where. Now that we got that straightened out, sit back, relax, and you might want to get yourself some popcorn because it's going to be a long one. Enjoy the show, y'all. What is going on? It's your boy Jay DeRozier. Welcome to another episode of the Serious Sarcasm Podcast. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you guys for rejoining us. For the new listeners, thank you for joining us for the first time. I do want to start out by saying shout outs to none other than a voice in the sky, podcast Dr. Phil.
Yo!
Okay, the fun flex drop. I like it. The bombs. Okay.
I actually hit a button on accident, but cool. I'll roll with it.
I was like the B.O.B. is going on. Okay, I like it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a pretty big episode today.
Yeah.
You think so, Phil? I think we got a pretty big episode right now.
I think we do.
It's probably going to be our biggest episode so far to date, honestly.
Yep.
We have a guest in the building, guys.
Oh my God.
And not just a guest, we have content creator, TV host, superstar in the making, Black Queen, Haitian sensation, Miss Miriam J is in the building.
Stop it. Hello, everyone.
Miriam, how you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, this is honestly, I'm so proud of you.
Oh,
I just want to start off by saying I'm so proud of you. You've been talking about this podcast forever, and you actually created it. And it's just like seeing what was going on through your head and seeing you actually like manifest it into reality.
Yep.
I'm so proud of you.
I appreciate that so much.
Honestly.
I really do appreciate that.
Yeah.
Like when I hear that from you, my family, like my close friends, like, you know, my inner circle's not that big. So when I hear it from you guys, like it means more. Granted, I appreciate what the fans say.
Right.
Of course, you know what I'm saying? We appreciate the fans, but when it comes from the people that you care about the most, it means a lot. So I appreciate that, real talk.
Oh my gosh.
You know, you're my Haitian sister, girl. You're my Haitian sister. So Miriam, we got a pretty jam-packed show about stuff we're going to talk about. I'm going to try my hardest.
Okay.
To not get too animated, because some of these topics I already know I'm gonna get frustrated about. Not because you and I don't see eye to eye in it. It's just more so of the society we live in.
Okay.
But I just know how I am with some of these topics.
Be animated. Fuck them.
Okay, baby. Miriam said the F word. Miriam said that.
Wait, am I allowed to curse?
Yes, you're fine. You're fine. Hey, Phil. Hey, we're clipping that. Miriam said the F word. We're clipping that. Miriam said the F word. All right. So just Miriam, just know when you put it on your social media, you got to clip. You know,
Okay,
you got.
bet.
But anyways,
Insert SpongeBob dolphin sound.
so the first topic we're going to talk about is something that you and I have actually spoken about before or made videos on social media about, and that's the differences between dating expectations and dating standards.
Okay.
So for my listeners out there, I want to break down what an expectation is versus what a standard is. So an expectation is what we impose on others, and a standard is what we hold for ourselves. I want to put that as a preference, well, as a prerequisite to this conversation, because I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, but that's a standard. That's an expectation. Miriam, be honest with me. What's one of your dating expectations?
One of my dating expectations. One of my dating expectations, for one, like, don't be a bum. Like, you know, that's the bare minimum.
Oh,
yeah, let's not be a bum on the streets.
I think we all
Okay, yeah,
agree with
okay.
that.
Anyway, now that we're, I'm not stating the obvious anymore. Honestly, someone who's just very kind, obviously, someone who is emotionally and mentally intelligent. A lot of, men lack that and they swear they have it, And honestly, I think you should be financially stable.
Yeah.
Absolutely, you should be financially stable because, I mean, especially if you can't take care of yourself, how are you going to be able to take care of me? And if we're going to, hold on.
Listen,
and if we're going to be
what she's
thinking
saying is,
family,
if you adore me, Dior me. That's what she's trying to say. That's what she's trying to say.
And if we're talking about a family, like, and you already can't take care of yourself and you're going to add me into the equation, we have a family, like, boy.
So believe it or not, I agree with you wholeheartedly on that, because I agree that, like, I don't want to get married just yet because I'm financially stable.
Right.
But I'm not where I really want to be just yet. And I'm a firm believer in, if a father or a mother, big brother, uncle, godfather, whoever it is hands me their daughter at the aisle,
Right.
you're not handing me your daughter just in marriage. You're handing me your daughter to lead her into my own home.
Exactly.
If I don't have a home to give her, I'm not marrying her.
Period.
I think that's weird.
Yeah.
That we live in a, now, granted, in the Haitian community, Hispanic community, Jamaican community, like the West
Indian community.
West Indian community and the Hispanic community, sometimes you'll get married and still live with mom and dad because mom and dad want you to live with them for the
Right.
first like year or two of your marriage.
It's a standard.
Like it's a standard. Like
Yeah.
it's cool. I get that. But for me personally, I'm not gonna marry you if I don't have a home to bring you into.
Exactly.
A home to cherish with you.
Right.
So that's just me personally. So I agree with you wholeheartedly. What's like a standard of yours that you like have?
A standard?
Yeah.
I feel like I do have high standards. I'm not even gonna lie.
Like what?
I'm not even gonna lie. You know, I don't know. I just honestly, I feel like my expectations that I just named off to you are also standards. Like those are also standards. Like you have to be financially stable. You have to be mentally, and emotionally, mature.
Yeah.
No kids, please. I'm not doing that again.
Shots fired.
I can't do that again. No.
Phil said, "Ooh."
Preferably no criminal background.
Oh, damn it.
So hey, all you scammers that are financially responsible, Miriam's not having it.
No, absolutely not. I can't do it. I'm not gonna have the FBI banging on our door 10 years down the line because
It's like, yo, send me 20. That's
your
turned into
PPP
200.
caught up with you. I can't do it.
no.
Like I can't. Do
Everybody
it.
that was doing the Chase check fraud, yeah, you SOL.
Yeah, honestly. But yeah,
Like for me personally, like the only really dating standard I have for myself, honestly, is hygiene. I think this is gonna sound
that's
bad.
a good one.
This is gonna sound bad.
Yeah.
Because I know with women, most of the times it's usually like what you eat or the men you mess with can F up your pH balance. Let's just make sure we right down there
Right.
before you want me to go down there. Like I just have a thing about that personally.
I understand.
Like I shouldn't. I'm gonna speak some Creole in a second, but I shouldn't be going down there and it smells like 2 day old sauce spa.
Oh my goodness, I cannot. Not the freaking beans.
It shouldn't be smelling like sauce spa down there if you want me to go down there.
Right.
Like it's hygiene is just a thing for me, and it's not just that. It's like more so like of course dental hygiene, of course, oral hygiene. Simple things like I don't really care for girls' nails are like done. Like if it's manicured,
be
cool.
clean.
It has to be clean.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
like I really don't care about all that extra
One thing
stuff.
I will say about the feminine hygiene thing that I see a lot of men lack, is the knowledge about feminine health.
Yeah,
You
true,
know, a
true.
lot of the times men are like, oh, like, her pussy stank, or something like that. And whatnot. And I'm just like, okay, but a lot of men don't know, like, sometimes, okay, I'm about to get a little raunchy. Like, are we ready
You're
for
good.
this? Can I?
You're good.
Okay.
Girl, I spoke about Offset sending Cardi B a text message. Yo, can I jerk off with you on the
you
phone?
did.
We're good. We're
Okay,
good.
cool.
Trust me, we're good.
A lot of the times before intercourse, a lot of men try to spit on it.
Oh, I know what you mean.
If you have a cavity and you're trying to spit on it and put it in me, and now I have BV, like, boy, and then you're gonna be like, oh, you're the problem. You have bad hygiene. That was you. That was literally you. You know what I mean? Or there's so many other factors like hormones. Like if I got on birth control because, you don't want to hit it raw or something like that, that's going to throw off your hormones for 3 months. You know what I mean? But to like, just dump a girl because they have like one or a couple of slip ups, I think that's a little, for me, or honestly for all men, I think that's a little immature.
Like Phil, when you were on a dating scene, I know you've been married for like 13, 14 years. When you were on a dating scene out in these streets, like what was one of your dating expectations?
Oh God. Gee, I can't even remember. I've been gone for so long. Hygiene was definitely important, and just their general demeanor and attitude towards life. Like, don't trauma dump on me. Don't automatically think I'm gonna save you. You know what I mean? Because so I was, I got married at 24. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I was still, fresh out of school and stuff like that. So I was still in my let's go to the clubs by UCF. You know what I mean? So I was just not. I didn't really have that many high expectations. Just treat me good.
Dang, can't even trauma dump?
No.
No?
Hey, I'm gonna be real with both of y'all. Some of the best sex I ever had was from somebody I trauma bonded with. Like the best pussy I ever had
Was from a traumatic girly?
was from
I believe it.
We would trauma bond on the couch, and I'm in them guts in the bedroom 10 minutes later. Like it was some of the best I ever had in my life. And she knows exactly who she is. If you're questioning if you're her, you're not her. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
Did she have a
feel
fupa?
like,
Did she have yeah, she had a fupa. You know, I'm the fupa father.
Fupa lover.
Fupa daddy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Oh, no, they call me, yo.
They were banging on the door on my way in.
They weren't banging on the door. They were smacking the door with the fupa.
Yeah, they were banging on the door on my way in saying, "Where's the fupa lover?"
Yeah, my DMs was crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? We out here. We outside.
Oh my god.
Actually, we inside because, you know, it's cuffing season now, so we inside.
I want to go back to you saying you don't like when girls trauma dump on you.
Yo, for real.
Yeah, I just feel like you can learn a lot about somebody when they trauma dump on you because it also helps you understand how they may solve problems, you know what I mean? Or how, you know, they could navigate relationships or why they are the way they are. And, you know, obviously, if you want to stick around, I feel like you should get the trauma dump because it also lets you know, like, do I want to take on this responsibility? Because they may be mentally, emotionally immature here. And when that, like, seeps out in a stressful moment, will I be able to, you know...
Especially if it's a situation where they're not fully mentally not want to say mentally mature, but like mentally healed, yeah.
Or they haven't found the navigation, you know. So yeah,
100% right. And you know, it's a spectrum with everything. And so, you know, what I mentioned directly after that was when they want you to save them. That's what I don't like, when they trauma dump on you, and then they want you to fix it.
Oh, okay. They want you
J.
to
Cole,
like,
don't save him.
Like I ain't trying to kill your dad. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, I was gonna say, like, it sounded like a Captain. What's that E40 song? Captain Save a Ho? Kind of. But yeah, I see what you mean now. Because at first I was just like, wait, wouldn't you guys want to know what you guys have been through?
We misunderstood.
Yeah, but they do it. They do it as manipulation. That's what I don't like.
Oh, hey, yo, like the song says, time for manipulator. It's time for manipulator. Listen, man. But also speaking in dating, when it comes to dating, like, how do you navigate? You know, because obviously you're a content creator and you have a lot of male friends, me included. How do you navigate like having friends of the opposite sex and also dating though?
You know what's so crazy? I actually used to be one of those girls that was like on the train of, oh, if she has a lot of guy friends, if she might be the drama. She's not a girl's girl. Like, you know, she's like, you know, whatever. And then one day I looked up and I looked at my friend group and I'm like, a lot of niggas here. Like, I don't know how.
She's like, oh, there's Lance. Oh, there's Trey. Yo, there's Jay. Wait a minute.
Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have more guy friends than like girlfriends now. And I don't know how that happened. Actually, no, I think it's because I do comedy content and it's such a male dominated field and space. Yes, so I'm just around a lot more guys. But as far as dating, honestly, I have had one guy that talked to me that had an issue with it, but we didn't really go that far. We didn't even go past, like, to a date. You know what I mean? Oh, wow. Yeah, it was just like a conversation, and I guess he found my Instagram, and he was like, "Hey, who's this guy?" The guy was actually Trey.
You want to laugh at something? Yo, if Trey's gonna hear this, for the people who don't know who Trey is my best friend, and Trey was on a previous episode of the podcast. If you want to know, follow him. Trey at Trey Some Music, I believe is Trey's new tag name. But I had a girl once, right?
Yeah.
It's a female friend of me and Trey's, and her boyfriend at the time was uncomfortable with her hanging out with me and Trey.
What?
Because I guess she was like being friendly with us, and he was just like, "Yo, why you always hanging out with those two dudes? Like, what the fuck? Like, you don't hang out with your girlfriends. You always hanging out with Jay and Trey all the time. Blah blah blah." And I'm like, bro, little do you know, we the ones that's playing defense when we go to the bar with her because we're making sure dudes don't shoot their shot at her. Like, what's wrong with you, my G?
Literally.
Like, we helping you out, bro. But that happens especially with Trey. Trey's told me it's happened with me. Like, it's happened in his situation with me as well. Like, I get exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
I get it. Like, I actually had a situation recently. Girl matched with me on Hinge.
Ooh.
Found my IG.
Okay.
Actually, she found my IG? Yeah, she found my IG because I actually have on my Hinge profile a clip of my podcast on my Hinge profile. And she found my podcast profile, then found my personal profile. Oh, and she saw the video that me and you did with like all the other content creators when we did the balloon pop video.
Right.
One of my favorite ones.
You like that video, right?
Yeah.
So we did that balloon pop video that went viral. And she was like, wow, you got a lot of female friends. Because like, who's the black girl in the middle? Who's the girl with the short haircut?
Yeah.
Or who's the light-skinned girl with the braids? And I was like, who's the girl behind the bar? I'm like, first of all, I'm going to be real with you. The light-skinned girl with the braids, I barely know. I was like, I know Junie and Miriam, and the girl behind the bar, I don't know either.
Right.
So honestly, I don't even know who the girl behind the bar is. To this day, I don't know, But I'm just kind of like, it's weird that... it's weird that people present themselves in a way that, oh, I'm secure, I'm comfortable in my own skin, and then when it comes down to it,
They're not
they're not.
at all.
And I think that's the problem when it comes to dating somebody and you have somebody close friends who are the opposite sex. It's weird to me.
Yeah, it's honestly so weird. Like, I feel like when you're dating and you're a content creator, a lot of the times, especially when you create specific content, like I do comedy and I do a lot of relationship dating,
Right.
content too. I don't understand how some people can't separate reality and, the content, space for sure. It's just really annoying. Like, if I do a video with one of my guy friends and it's dating related and we have to act like we're dating, I'm dating them. And then or the next day I do it with one of my other guy friends. Oh, these are two guys, not my hoe. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, no, this is not real. So that's why, again, with the dating expectation that I have, you have to be emotionally and mentally mature, because I first of all, I need you to be able to differentiate these things and learn who Miriam is. Like, don't go try to find who Epitome of Classy is and dissect who that is, and you try to come at me with all of these things that you think.
Yeah, because that's a persona, and you're the actual person.
Exactly.
I don't think people understand that difference.
They don't.
Because people
think social media is real. That's why.
Exactly. This is gonna sound out of pocket, and I'm gonna be utterly real with you. And this goes for, you know what? Hold on, I'm about to get canceled.
Say it with your chest.
I'm gonna get canceled right now.
Uh-oh.
This goes for Beyonce fans.
Uh-oh.
This goes for Nicki Minaj fans.
Oh, shit.
Taylor Swift fans.
Oh, God.
Bad Bunny fans.
Oh, no.
These are some top artists now. Hold on now.
But the reason why I'm saying, you can understand why I'm saying this. Why you can understand why I'm saying this, and a lot of people who are fans of these artists are gonna agree with me when I say this. I guess you could put The Weeknd in there too, right?
Okay.
The Weeknd, Ariana Grande to a certain extent, but a lot of the times people put that persona of that artist as their own personality, and I've seen that. And the reason I bring up the artist is because that's the same issue that we're going through right now in this content creating space. Like, what I post on social media is what I want you to see.
Exactly.
When we're behind closed doors is who I really am. And I don't think people know how to differentiate that from each other.
They don't. I literally tell people all the time, what I post on social media is probably 10% of who I really am. Like, honestly. And a lot of it is like literally a lot of the freaking scenarios I post are shit that happened with my friends.
Let's be real. Like, some of you idiots let me be real. Some of you idiots that's giving Miriam grief. We just posted a video of the Halloween red balloon pop video.
Yes.
And people are going to be like, why was she dumb enough to do a video with serial killers? It's a fake video. It's a funny scenario.
Oh my gosh, some people really take and run with things. It's really annoying. Listen, I lost hope for society when I actually used to be a pharmacy tech, right? And anytime you would dispense like eardrops, for example, you have to put one drop by ear, or or if you had to antibiotics for like an ear infection, I'll say that. One pill by mouth, because people will think, oh, I have to put this in my ear because my ear hurts. Like, you know what I mean?
God.
That's when I officially lost all hope for society. The fact that I have to give directions on how to take a pill because you
common sense isn't so common.
Like, honestly, people really think social media is real, and when it seeps into the dating world, it gets so hard, honestly. But it's okay.
And dating is hard. Dating is
hard.
difficult as it is, honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
and then you're adding another layer on top of it, But I mean, it's okay. This is the journey I chose. This is the path I chose, and I knew what came with it. Yeah. So it's whatever.
Trust me, I'm at the beginning of my journey, and it's tough already for me.
Yeah.
Like, I've gotten I have a date coming up, and she kind of, I don't care.
Does she have a fupa?
Yeah, what's the level of fupa?
She don't have a fupa, actually.
What?
No.
She don't.
Trash.
Flat?
Yeah.
Wow. Jay.
It's a big step for me.
Yeah.
It's a big step.
My goodness.
I'm dating outside my spectrum.
The fupa community is going to be commenting on this like, you traitor.
Yeah. They're going to do me like they did shits and gigs. I'm about to get canceled by the Foops. Hey, Foops community, I love you. I love you, ladies. You're my corazones. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. But I do want to transition to a bit of a serious topic.
Okay.
It's not really more so a serious topic. It's more so a topic that I'm going to say first and foremost, I appreciate you willing to speak about this.
Yes.
On this. You spoke about it on your platform. But me, personally, I've made a lot of fun of people who go through cosmetic surgeries or plastic surgery, the people who overdo it. And the people who don't know, I don't explain it, who kind of like escape reality from it. And it gets to a point where they don't even recognize themselves anymore. And they're just, now they're doing the plastic surgery to get back to where they were before, and they just keep going and going and going and going. I kind of wanted you to speak on, your journey on your cosmetic surgery, because you've been so vocal about it, and so not only proud but brave about it, speaking about it publicly as well.
No, honestly, yeah. I just, for one, I'm gonna be completely honest. I was more so open about it because it was my first surgical procedure was kind of a brand deal, so I kind of had to.
Oh, COE.
So, yeah, no, it was for sure a brand deal, so it kind of had to do that, you know. But it was okay because I also wanted to be someone, because I was looking at. First and foremost, before I even got approached by this company, you know, to, offer this service in exchange for my service or whatever, I always wanted to get plastic surgery. Right. I'm originally from Miami, the pressure, even freaking social media, the old commercials, whatever. I always wanted my boobies done and the big lips and, whatever. I always wanted that, But when I would do research on it, there wasn't a lot of research, or they would dilute it down so much. There wasn't not a lot of research. I'm sorry. Now there wasn't a lot of information on, what you should do, the risks. I mean, doctors would say the risks, but sometimes you want to hear it from the actual patient. You know what I mean? Right. Or you'll see these girls who, they don't want to share, which rightfully so. That's perfectly fine. But I'm looking for information, So then I told myself, you know what? You be that then. You know what I mean? You couldn't find that, so be that. So, to be open and transparent, I did get, a breast augmentation. I got lipo on my stomach, back, arms. I have my face is pumped with freaking filler.
I was gonna say she literally got lipo on her back, guys. She's literally not a big back.
And I actually want to go for a round 2, but I'm not a big back now. I had to unbig the back, and I wasn't gonna do it in the gym. I wanted to do it on a table.
Hilarious.
But I went to a doctor who was double board certified, so I made sure those bases were covered. I did a lot of research. He had no mortality rates, or anything like that.
Nice.
So and I also, a lot of people, when you also have to follow the protocol too, and don't lie. Some people lie to the doctor just so they can get on the table. If the doctor asks you, are you a smoker, or have you smoked in this time frame? Because if you have, you can't. And then you're like, oh, let me just say no because I want to get this surgery.
Right. And then there's a complication after the fact.
Yeah, you're putting yourself at risk. You're gonna be freaking under anesthesia. You're basically gonna be legally dead. Don't lie about things like that. A tube is gonna be breathing for you. You know what I mean? So for sure, make sure you cover all those bases. Don't lie. Follow all of the protocol they have, follow all of the aftercare that they have, and you'll be fine. Obviously surgery comes with risks, but that's just what it is. I just feel like if you want to do it. Fuck what people think.
I'm gonna be real with you. At one point, I considered getting plastic surgery.
Really?
Yeah, when I was going through my testicular cancer, and when I was fully healthy, I still was having problems getting it up. I don't have those problems anymore. Thank God. I'm finally off. I'm finally past that journey in my life. And I remember I went to my doctor for my 3-month checkup, follow up, and I was just like, yo, I'm thinking about doing it.
Yeah.
And he told me straight up. He goes, listen, give it some more time. You will be back to 100%. And sure enough, 2 weeks later, I was on it popping. I was back on the road getting it in.
So wait, what would you have gotten done, if you don't mind me asking?
There's a surgery for men who have a problem with ED, where you can have a pump in there. Okay. It's so weird.
Okay, what's ED?
Oh, erectile dysfunction.
Okay.
So at the time, after my surgery, after I had testicular cancer, I kind of was suffering from erectile dysfunction for a little bit. And I was kind of I've never had this problem.
Yeah.
I am 28 years old.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on? Help, police, help me out, bro. Help me out. And he was just yo, listen, it's a complication from the surgery. It's not really a big issue. We're going to, keep track of it, and, stay on top of it. And if it continues, then we can kind of look at the other options.
Right.
That was one option. The other option was I could have got that plastic surgery. The other plastic surgery I could have got was kind of an enlargement, but it basically keeps your dick at 60% hard all the time. And I'm I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want to walk around. I already have an issue wearing, I already have an issue with the print. I don't want to walk around looking like I'm fully hard.
Ooh, those gray sweatpants, you would have the girls chasing you.
I'm dropping my son off to school in the morning. I'm over here with gray sweatpants. And at the time, you know what? I don't care. At the time, I was working at Nike.
Right.
So and if you go to Nike, you see everybody wearing basketball shorts and sweatpants. That's the last thing I want to be walking around at work. I already had enough problems working at that job as a manager. I'm not going to walk around work with that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I waited a couple more months and I was fine. And I remember thinking to myself, like, I'm so proud of Miriam speaking about this kind of stuff because I feel like that's stuff that even as a man, there's gonna be a lot of dudes gonna go in the comments and shit on me for saying it, and I don't care. But it's just real shit, and I feel like people don't feel comfortable speaking about these things because they're afraid of speaking about these things.
Yeah, which I get. Like the backlash I got was wild.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Oh my goodness, like the names that have been called. You know what I mean? Yeah, and you have to honestly have really thick. I honestly fully understand why people kind of keep it hush hush.
Yeah,
you have to have thick skin for that. Honestly, yeah, it was pretty bad. But I'm glad you like waited before you just like. That's one thing I will say. Like wait. Some people like want to have surgery when they're like 17. You know, I'm like, girl, wait until you're a little developed, or wait until
one of my nieces, I'm not gonna say best friends. One of her classmates, as her graduation present and 18th birthday present, she got plastic surgery. Oh my gosh. She got her boobs done.
Yeah, no.
And I was kind of like, okay.
Too early.
I was like, oh, okay, I guess.
Honestly, I was one of those teenagers. I was like, as soon as I turn 18, I'm getting plastic surgery. I didn't have the money. I was a freaking broke college student. I don't know what I thought I was going to get it with, but you know. Yeah, but honestly, hindsight 2020, like I'm glad I waited because my body changed so much from 18 to the age that I got it, you know? And if I would have got it early, I don't think it would have hit the same. It wouldn't have.
Oh yeah, I mean, you got women who, I mean, granted, and the reason I wanted you to speak on it as well, because I'm so glad you specifically mentioned that your doctor was double board certified, because I don't know if you've seen lately, there's a lot of women who are going to these other countries, or you know, remember early in the 2010s, the women who were like going in basements and just getting like
getting pumped with freaking Fix-A-Flat
plaster and Fix-A-Flat. And it's kind of like, yo, it mind boggles me that people were going to such lengths to get the body they want. And I'm not saying be comfortable in your own skin. That's not the point of this topic. It's more so I want people to understand the risk and the reward of it as well. And I'm not gonna say one outweighs the other. It's kind of the same. But it's the fact of
your health comes first.
Exactly, your health comes first. Like, don't risk your health for the outside looks. Yeah. And that's the reason I was like, yo, Miriam's coming on. Let me see if she's comfortable talking about this.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, and I so agree with that. You know, I honestly also wouldn't recommend anybody getting plastic surgery if they're not mentally there too. There are now plastic surgeons, a lot of board certified plastic surgeons are now putting people through like mental checks, you know, or psychological evaluation before they even will put them on a table, you know, and I so agree with that, because if you start getting surgery while you're already not mentally there, you're going to be one of those people who end up botched, or one of those people who, you know, just keep doing it, and you lose, you know, concept of your goal, or, you know, whatever. And then you just one day wake up, look in the mirror, and you're like, oh my gosh,
what did I do?
Why do my lips look like ass cheeks? Like, you know,
not the BBL lips. That's crazy. The BBL lips is crazy. But into a more lighter conversation. This conversation is actually, this next topic is actually pretty funny to me. The reason why it's funny is because this is very accurate to kind of like our relationship. And how we met. We met through Trey, and we met because you guys were making content together, and then you and I started making content together. How do you juggle the business aspect of content creating with a friendship with a content creator? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm actually about to go through that right now myself.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, honestly, I'm still navigating it. Okay. I will honestly say that. But what I have learned so far, oh my goodness, like I've lost some friendships because of, you know, the learning process, and you know, there are some friendships that went through some trials because of it. You know, I will say my group of friends that I have now, we weren't friends when I didn't have a platform, if that makes sense. Like, you know, like they kind of came along when I did have the big platform that I had. That it was smaller, you know.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, they weren't here for like, you know, the Miriam J that didn't have a platform, or you know, whatever. You know, so I will, you know, preface this by saying that. But nonetheless, in the beginning of this social media journey, when I knew I wanted to make relatable comedy content, there were a lot of moments I did want to use my friends, because I'm like, we have so many funny moments, you know what I mean? And I want to include you in this. Like, I want to show the world this funny side of you, you know what I mean? But I tried to turn my personal friends into basically my extras in my videos. Yeah. You know, and my personal friends, they're like, they work 9 to 5s, you know what I mean? Yeah. So at first, obviously being a good friend, like they were, you know, doing it and, you know, whatever. But over time, like things started coming out where it's like, oh, I kind of don't really want to do this. Like, or, you know, I kind of, I don't like the way I look. And I'm just like, what do you mean? Like, it's freaking content, like, you know. And then one day I had to like be like, wait, no, Miriam, you're putting this onto them. They don't want to do this. If they wanted to do this, they would have did it on their own page,
right,
you know?
exactly.
So I will say that don't force your friends to be like your extras or your characters or whatever, or, you know, whatever. So then I decided to collab with other creators, people who already had this same mindset, and maybe use the stories that I, you know, have from my friend groups or whatever, and
utilize that with them.
exactly,
right.
you know? And, you know, that was going great. You know, that was going so amazing. It still is to a certain extent, you know, but I had to learn a lot because there have been those people who, once you start making money, they're like, hey, like, am I going to get a cut of this? And I'm like, no, this was my idea.
And
like, you know.
And that's when it starts getting a little dodgy.
Yeah, it does. And I still don't really know how to navigate that, you know what I mean? Because I do know in certain instances, rightfully so, I feel like you should split the cost somehow. You know, especially if both of you guys came up with this idea, both of you guys split the, you know, cost to whatever. But I don't know. Like, for example.
She's like, brokey.
I know, yeah. I'm going to give you an example. I actually had a video that went crazy viral, and I don't even want to, like, say what video, but I had to use a few people for this video. This video went crazy viral. Yeah. I made a good chunk of money from it, you know? And a lot of people don't know. It's actually public record, like, how much you make from a video. Like, you can like Google, you can literally search the video, and like there's like a CPN or what, CPN, oh my gosh, what's the rate, like I know, right, CPN, what is the rate, like, you know, the watch rate, like oh my gosh, I can't remember, whatever.
It's CPM.
M,
cost per milli.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. It's not hidden, but you know, whatever.
Phil's the
okay, gotcha.
Podcast Doctor knows.
But nonetheless, like, you can Google it, and then you can like get the range, and you can kind of like guesstimate like how much money somebody makes off of a video. So I guess this specific person that was in this video kind of like did that and was like, oh, I know you probably made this amount of money. Like, where's my cut?
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, this was my idea.
Did we have this conversation beforehand?
Yeah, I'm like, no, are you being serious right now? They're like, no, I'm just joking, but like, for real though.
There's
like,
always some truth in every joke.
Yeah, honestly. So I don't really know how to navigate it. I'm not even gonna lie. That's something I'm still learning.
I'm kind of at the point right now where I'm doing a great job navigating it. And I had a conversation with a close friend of ours because we're starting another podcast. Yeah. And our podcast is it's kind of directed toward, actually not kind of, it is directed towards like body positivity, dating, navigating your own mental health throughout this dating space that we're in right now, and also reacting to, you know, some dating stories. He and I had a conversation actually earlier today, believe it or not. Earlier today, we had a long conversation about, you know, the business and our friendship. And he took it upon himself, along with me, of course, and we had the conversation about the business, and it was just more so like, Jay, this is your dream. This is your goal. This is your passion. I'm only along for the ride. Yeah. This is how we're going to do the business. And the reason why we're going to do the business this way is because I know at the end of the day, I have this, this, and this. And I'm not saying you're putting all your eggs in this basket, but you have a burning desire to do this and achieve this and be amazing at this. And I can see that you are amazing at it. So this is the reason I want to split it this way. Now, if it comes to a situation where it's like, let's say we get a crazy brand deal where you can give me a bonus, we have that conversation, we cross that bridge when we get there. Yeah. But we don't have to cross that bridge as long as we keep it honest with each other. Right. Because especially in this podcasting space, I've seen too many podcasts fail because people aren't honest with each other on the business end.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, Phil, you can quote me on this, and I know you saw when it happened when Joe Button had his fallout with Rory Amal. Yep. That was over what? Money.
Simone and her
over money. What's I forgot their name. The young lady from Call Her Daddy.
Yes.
Call Her Daddy.
Yeah.
I remember she had the fallout with Barstool Sports, and then she ended up going to Spotify, and now she's at Serious XM, and she's making over $100 million over the next 3 years. She just interviewed Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Right. See, yeah. I be watching Fox News, and they be catching me off guard. See what you do? But anyways, but I see it happen too often to allow me, somebody who tries to be use my integrity as a reason why I do this, use my platform as a reason why I should promote more integrity in our community, whether it be the Black community or just the content creating space community
Right.
to allow that to happen to me and my friendships. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you. I don't go into business with friends.
I get it.
Yeah, that's like
I get it.
I will not do that. And I also keep my friend group separate. Like I have my personal friends and then I have like my content friends and it's
Yep.
like I know sorry to separate it like that, but realistically speaking that's just what it is, you
Yeah.
know? And I know when I'm in the room with these group of friends, what it can be. And when I'm in the room with my personal friends, I know not to have my camera out all the time because they're not on that. You know what I
Right.
mean? I don't believe in mixing friend groups either.
get
Sometimes
that.
we merge, and a lot of my content friends have become friends with my personal friends.
Yeah.
But I do see where the problem could be when you mix those friend groups, because if you have these personal friends who don't like cameras in their faces and you bring these content friends around and now they're putting cameras in their faces.
Yep.
No.
Or like you
know?
invite your content friends to make some content and they're all chilling and then they post you and your close friend's gonna be like, so I didn't get invited to the hangout?
Right, exactly.
'Cause it's
So
it's
I
happening
make
with
that,
me.
I make that clear. Like,
Yeah.
you're my content friend, bruh. Like, you ain't coming over the house.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I'll post if I'm with like you and like the rest of the content creators here in Orlando. Shouts out to Orlando, Florida. I'll post whatever we're doing or like if I'm with you guys the day after.
Right.
They'll be like, oh, so you hanging out with them? I'm like, I'm at work.
Technically speaking.
I'm recording a podcast right now. I'm at my job.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
but I feel like it's getting so hard because now that like my content friends have been my friends for the amount of time that
Yep.
they have, now I feel like it's kind of spilling into personal a little because now I'm like, oh, now I care about you. And now, this, that, and the third. So I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm still figuring it out. Like, honestly, it's really hard to navigate. So, there's just that. But I just know, like, when it boils down to business, everybody know Miriam J don't play.
She's like, I'm about my coin.
Nah, no, like for real. Some people, like when we be on set, they be like, okay, I'm kind of scared. Like, you're like very.
I experienced it myself.
Yeah, yeah, like,
Listen, I'll tell you a joke, but I won't tell you a lie.
Period, And I also hate when, you invite these people in the space and, you want to do videos with them and stuff like that. And because they think, oh, no, we're cool, I'm going to be an hour late. Nah.
Oh yeah.
Nah.
Like respect my
Because
time.
now this is business. Respect my time. Like that's where sometimes that separation, or that friendship can get a little complicated. I'm still navigating.
Also, I'm glad you mentioned that because the title of this whole episode, respect my time when it comes to going on dates.
Period.
That's an expectation. That's a standard. Don't be late to the damn date.
No.
If the reservation's at 8 p.m., I expect you there at 7:55.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Because guess what? I'm already at 7:50. I'm already sitting at the table.
Yeah.
Waiting for you to walk up. I already sat at the table with the flowers like, yo.
I had to leave a date one time, a first date. He was 45 minutes late. And I shouldn't have waited that long.
45 minutes
Yep.
late. That's
45
crazy.
minutes late.
I'll tell you a story. I was going on a date with a girl and I was taking her to an Orlando Magic game. And I had the courtside seats, the VIP, like VIP lunch. I had everything set.
Okay, baller.
Girl, listen. Call me what you want,
Let
but
me
you
hold
can't.
$1.
Call me what you want, but you can't call me. Me probably getting called.
I can't.
Kuzen, me probably getting called. Me probably getting on $100. But anyways,
Wait, what?
oh sorry, I was speaking Creole. Sorry, Phil. Oh, you could put when I post that clip, I'm gonna put the closed captions at the bottom for that.
The translation.
But yeah, we went to Orlando Magic game together, right? Yo, Miriam. So if you go to Orlando Magic game or any NBA game in general, they won't let you inside the arena after halftime.
Oh.
Guess what time she showed up?
What?
She showed up at the end of the second. She showed up halfway through halftime, actually.
So she like barely made it through the door.
She barely made it through the door.
And you spent all those money, like all that money on that.
I didn't spend no money.
Oh.
I used to work for the Orlando Magic back in the day. So I have a lot of close friends in the arena. So I got those tickets on. But she ain't know that.
Right. Okay,
She,
I
ain't
feel
know
you.
that.
Okay,
She was
you're
just
right.
like, oh, he got it like this? We sitting courtside eating popcorn?
Y'all be flossing.
You call me what you, like I said, call me what you want.
But you can't call me broke.
You can call me a dumb nigga, so you can't call me. But but yeah, I remember that date specifically, and I remember that was a standard of mine.
Yeah.
That was like, she is not meeting that expectation. And we had, I'm not gonna say we had a falling out, but we kind of like split. And from here and there, she'll see me on IG. I'll see her on IG. We'll flirt, send a flirt DM back and forth, and we'll leave it at that. Nothing more than that.
Yeah.
But now, more and more that I realized the older I'm getting, and now that I'm doing this and I'm running my own business.
Yeah. Time is everything.
Yeah, baby girl, like, yo, if you're not gonna be on time, let me know so I can do something else with my time. Because
Period.
that time I could be spending going on a date, wine and dining you, I could be editing videos.
Yeah, exactly.
So my time is money.
Yeah.
And it frustrated me that she did that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to tie that back
Rightfully
in. That's a dating standard of mine. I just wanted to get off my chest. But Miriam, I don't know if you know this, but we have a reoccurring segment at the end of every episode.
Okay.
It's called Bro What You Want, right?
Okay.
So for the Bro What You Want segment, we always talk about sometimes a dumb criminal, a celebrity who did something stupid, maybe somebody in my personal life or in the spectrum of the world who may do something that's kind of questionable.
Right.
And Phil, can you go ahead and hit that?
I'm like, bro, what you want?
Iman Chopra, that's actually kind of funny. But for this Bro What You Want segment, it's actually a Reddit story that I actually wanted to read to you and Phil. And I kind of wanted to get both of you guys' opinion on this, all right? And just to the caveat for the audience, Phil has actually seen this story. Miriam hasn't. So Miriam is going to live react to this while I'm reading it. If I do mess up on any words, I do apologize. I went to a public school in New York City, so I do apologize. And I went to public school while Rudy Giuliani was the mayor. Anyways, so the title is the Reddit board is from
Fucked up already, bro.
I know, right?
sorry, the Reddit board, I said Pinterest. The Reddit board is from Relationship Advice.
Okay.
And the title is Mutual Married female 42 friend admitted to my wife who is 41 that she is in love with me. This is a male typing this.
Okay.
What do we do? We, male 49, woman 41, are friends with a couple, male 38, woman 42. Wives went out with a group of friends on a weekend trip. I held down the fort and had a couple of guys over with their kids for barbecue and football. The ladies were out at dinner having a few drinks when my friend's wife asked to speak to my wife privately. Friend's wife starts asking about our marriage. She admits how jealous she is of how we are and how frustrated she is with her husband and how her husband has made her frustrated over the past couple of years. Why he typed that twice? That's kind of weird, right? Okay. Anyways.
He probably went to school in New York.
Probably. Friend's wife tells her that they are in counseling and she's struggling because the person counseling the couples is not helping much. She goes down a laundry list of defects that she sees in him, and she points out things that won't get better even if she files for divorce. Then a bombshell happens. She admits that she has a major attraction to me. My wife is shocked. She goes on about how she likes the way I take care of my wife and my kids, how attentive I am, and also how I interact with the other men and women in our friend group. My wife responds with the fact that those are all just character traits and maybe just the idea of those character traits that she likes in someone. I'm gonna skip a few paragraphs because it's a bunch of filler. So, yada 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 yada. I'm at a loss. Here's somebody that has a thing for me, and I don't feel like I did anything to encourage it. My wife thinks it's cute. I feel horrible for the friend's husband, who found out about it, by the way, because I didn't realize things were that bad for them, and I don't know how he truly does either. He and I do volunteer work together, and I plan to push on how things are going on his side of the venue because I'm not going to bring up anything that his wife has said to my wife. To be clear, I have no attraction to her or looks, as she is my friend's wife, and that's all I see her as. They're like peanut butter and jelly. They go together. Mm-hmm. Friend's wife stopped by my office to say hello, but I was working out of town. I have to assume she wants to press the issue knowing my wife tells me everything. So my question is, what would you guys do in this situation?
For one, I feel like that relationship is so stable because the wife found that cute.
Yeah.
So I think she knows, like, first of all, I know my man, and I know, whatever, like,
Oh,
whatever.
by the way, the people in this story are white.
Really?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Because ain't no black wife responding to that
that
calmly.
absolutely not. You're going, girl,
She was like, don't you ever come by my house again.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, for one, she thought it was cute. And so I think she was more so on the vibe of like, oh, I know my husband. I know even if you tried something, nothing would happen.
Yep.
And I think she was mentally mature enough to know that this girl probably just loves the qualities. Maybe she doesn't know this guy.
Yep.
How I would handle it, I think I would kind of be the same way.
Kind of just laugh it off and...
Yeah, I would just laugh it off and be like, but okay. Yeah, but you're going to get the side eye though.
Honestly, every time y'all come over for like the Sunday barbecue, I'm gonna be looking from afar like
absolutely. But the part where she went to his office or wherever she went,
yes,
that's the part where, baby, we ending this friendship because why? Why are you going to his? No.
Phil, how you feel about this?
These are white people. They're all going to sleep with each other anyway. Like, come on, come over. We'll watch Grey's Anatomy. Let's have some wine, and then let's go ahead and
let's get the 1,000 bottles of baby oil out.
Oh my
in
goodness.
The lube, you know what I'm saying?
Let's turn the pineapples upside down. Let's have some fun, man. This is what white people do. We're all consenting adults, and if something bad happens, then blame the friend's wife.
Because she started it technically,
Because she
right?
started.
Yeah.
I'm going to be real with y'all. The reason I put this in Bro What You On, the reason why this became a Bro What You Want, specifically this specific story, is the part that you just mentioned, Miriam.
Mm-hmm.
The man is obviously avoiding you because he found out that you have a thing for him and you're his friend's wife / his wife's friend.
Right.
Why do you show up to his job?
Honestly, and he probably wasn't even avoiding her. He probably was just literally moving on with his life because this information, it meant nothing to him.
Exactly.
And then you're like, oh my gosh, I have to go talk to him or do whatever you thought. Were you gonna come up to his job in a trench coat and like, like, bitch?
Close the door.
The way I would drag your hair.
Close the door and barricade the door behind you.
Yeah,
Jay.
like absolutely not.
What's up?
If you knew it would never get out, would you do it?
No.
Yeah, you would, nigga.
I've cheated in my past. I'm not doing that again, bro.
But if saying
Yes,
you knew it never would happen.
They gonna look at Miriam's face, her reaction. I cheated in my past, and I've forgiven myself for it, and the person I cheated on has forgiven me for it.
One blowjob.
No,
Just one blowjob.
no. The reason why is because I believe in karma, and I'm gonna be
absolutely.
honest with you. Me cheating,
Your hairline's gonna recede.
that part, but me cheating on my ex. The payback I got, I spoke about it on a previous episode. I believe that was my payback for cheating on her. I wholeheartedly believe, I spoke on it on a previous episode, I believe that was my payback with the next girl I dated and how that shit ended. So now in my life, like, I know how to avoid temptation.
Yeah.
I know how to withstand temptation. My last relationship, I avoided temptation like I was like Little Kim on stage with the Like, I was avoiding temptation like crazy. So this specific situation, I wouldn't do it. Even if no one would find out, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I'm good. Like, I'm comfortable in my own skin, and I'll be comfortable in my relationship, especially if I'm married with kids.
Yeah.
I'm good. I got a kid now. All I gotta do is get married.
A
I'm
quick
good.
nut ain't worth your marriage.
Exactly.
And they look like they're in a happy, secure marriage too.
Exactly.
They seem like it at least.
I think it's more so a happy, secure marriage because the fact that you were willing to speak about, the fact that your wife was willing to tell you about it, number one, and then number two, she still went on with the girls' trip, not thinking anything of it.
Exactly.
I think that's,
Yeah.
so to the side chick, or the wannabe side chick, I
Right.
should say, bro, what you
I'm like,
want?
bro, what you want?
Like, girl, you need to get dragged across this floor. That's what you
Yo,
want.
big fan.
You're gonna be on this floor.
Especially on a weekend trip, let's be in a cabin. Drag you straight to the fireplace.
I'm crying. You're gonna be on first 48. That's what you're gonna be on.
They gonna be like, why she ain't come to work? PTO, prepare the others, because she ain't coming.
I can't.
But anyways, y'all, I want to say to Miriam, thank you so much for joining us on this podcast. I appreciate you so much. You were a great guest.
Thank
This was a great conversation. I appreciate you opening up on so many of these topics, some of them that hit close to home.
Yeah.
Phil, anything you want to say before we sign off?
Miriam's a great guest. She needs her own show.
Thank you.
Shots fired.
Period.
I'm not dumping you, Jay. I'm just saying she needs
No. I'm not talking about me.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. We know.
So with that being said, you get the hand move. You get the
Yes.
reference. With that being said, on behalf of myself, Phil, and of course Miriam, our guest, and the rest of the Serious Sarcasm podcast family, thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you guys so much for the likes, the comments, the subscriptions, the shares, all of the above. And we'll see you guys. You guys have a good one. Be safe.